Hey everyone, this is Alexander Carlos with Alexander News Show. Welcome to Crime Check from South Florida, live with Alexander Carlos. So we're live and we're going to be going into the city of Miami Gardens, Florida. I'm just setting up this camera here real quick. So we're in the we're not in Miami Gardens right now. We're in unincorporated Northwest Miami-Dade County, and we'll be going into Miami Gardens, and I'll tell you a little bit about Miami Gardens and what I know and who the mayor is and who the commissioner for Miami-Dade is. Sorry, everybody. Crime Check from South Florida with Alexander News Show live. So we're live. It's uncut, unedited. That's why you don't see any words or anything like that. YouTube, that's the only thing I don't like about YouTube when you go live. You have no wording, nothing that you can write in there. It's like a blank screen, like it's totally blank. So I can't even put where, like, from, live from Miami Gardens, Florida. I can't even write that. So anyway, right now we are going onto Miami Gardens Drive, which is 183rd Street, Northwest 183rd. So the last show, which was the premiere of this show, we did it from Northside, Northwest Central Miami-Dade. That's unincorporated Miami-Dade. It wasn't a city. It was the county. And that one, Northside, and I forgot to mention last time, runs from where we did last time, where we were live, which was like 2 weeks ago. It's been already 2 weeks, my God. From the south, 36th Street or State Road 112, going north up to like 119. From the west, 37th Avenue, Northwest 37, going east to the I-95. So last week I wanted to go live, but then we had the Trump fiasco, and I had to work on putting on a couple of videos. So that didn't happen. So right now it's 9:50 Eastern Standard Time. So we are going into the city of Miami Gardens, Florida. So why am I choosing Miami Gardens? Well, because there's been some shootings that have happened in the past month. And just recently, there has been an uptick in violent crime in the city of Miami Gardens. So that's why I'm here. Give you a little history about Miami Gardens. Used to be unincorporated, and Miami Gardens, the history, and we're going back to like the 1980s and 90s, used to be called, and it's still known as Carroll City. Then you got another area of Miami Gardens, which is Norland, and that's the history till it was incorporated in the early 2000s, I believe 2003. The current mayor is Rodney Harris. He was elected in 2020. He replaced who is the one that's the commissioner of Miami-Dade now for the area, representing the area, Oliver Gilbert. Now, Miami Gardens has made a lot of strides, thanks in part, big time, to the Dolphin Stadium, which is Hard Rock Stadium. It's like the major economic hub of the city of Miami Gardens. But, you know, even though it's May, now we're officially going into the city of Miami Gardens, which is from the west, 47th Avenue, going all the way to the east to, like, I would say the I-95 Expressway. And it goes from the Dade-Broward County line, Miami-Dade-Broward County line, north all the way down south to like about 155th Street. That's Miami Gardens. So yeah, we've had some shootings and you know, and Miami Gardens, even though it's come a long way, it's still it's still not a very safe city. And like I said, there's been some violent crime, homicides and shootings that have occurred in the last month. And even just recently, a few days ago, even though it's not in Miami Gardens, and this is in Opa-locka, there was a Northern High School. Northern High School is a high school that's in Miami Gardens, the city of Miami Gardens. A Northern High School football coach was shot and killed. A Northern High School football coach. This gentleman, literally was a mentor to like a ton of kids, and they shot and killed him. This was in Opa-locka, Florida. Opa-locka is the city south of Miami Gardens. So right now, what I want to do, so what's the object of Crime Check? Well, Crime Check used to be an idea. It's an idea. It used to be something that existed in the late 80s, early 90s. Thank you, Mr. John Paul, for the like. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for supporting the show, Mr. John Paul. I greatly, very much appreciate it. And anybody else that tunes in, I appreciate it as well. So yeah, Crime Check was from Rick Sanchez. And if you want to know more about the history of Rick Sanchez and how he did Crime Check, go on Google. So we're going to go, by the way, we're passing now 32nd Avenue. And we're going to go into 27th Avenue. You'll get to see the Hard Rock Stadium. So we're on Miami Gardens Drive. So the whole thing of Crime Check was something that I got from Rick Sanchez. He used to do that in the late 80s, early 90s. And he would just go live during the newscast. Whenever anything happened, you know, the news team, you know, the news anchors would go live, and Rick Sanchez would just go live from anywhere in Miami-Dade or Broward County, literally, and report anything that was going on. It doesn't matter if it's a big crime, a little crime, if it was a house fire or anything, any surprises. I mean, and so you don't know what surprises we're going to find tonight, right here now. I mean, God forbid, there could be a shooting right off the bat and we're live. There could be a gunshot right now. I mean, Miami Gardens in the past month has had an uptick in gun violence. Never mind that it's a Democrat-run city. I mean, hey, listen. There's also Republican-run cities that have gun violence, okay? I mean, trust me. I think that we can't play into that. It's just that there are more of the big cities, or even second-tier, mid-sized cities. They have, there are more of those in the Republican cities, and it's just those cities have a lot of crime. And yeah, in a way, it is true. Democrat-controlled cities have more crime than Republican-controlled cities that have mayors and council members, but we can't play into that. So, I thank you, John Paul, for the super chat or the super thanks that you purchased. I appreciate your comments, Mr. John Paul. I appreciate it. I'm trying to make it better. So Miami Gardens is 20 square miles. And right now we're just driving around. I'm showing you a little bit. I'm going to lower the windows. I think I'm going to make a left turn on 175th. I'll make a left turn. So yeah, so that's where I got the idea of Crime Check. Crime Check, live from South Florida, USA, with Alexander Carlos, moi, is the name of the show. And we're live. It's unedited because there's no words on the screen. I hate that from YouTube. I hate that. I hate that. And we're live from Miami Gardens, Florida, USA. And I have to say USA because it could be anybody from Australia that's watching, from Canada, from Venezuela, anywhere in the world. This is live, which is what's great about YouTube. So the last time you did Alexander's show live, which was 2 weeks ago, there was really nothing that happened. And that could, that could happen a lot of times. That could happen. But that doesn't mean that, and it could be like that tonight, where there's no activity, nothing, it's just a boring night. But that's, so the reason I wanted to do from Miami Gardens is because because of the shootings that have occurred and the gun violence and that kind of stuff. And a lot of these young kids, it's always been like that. But, they just love these guns and they just love to do these shootings. So how come, well, we'll talk about the guns real quick, but so Miami Gardens is, the demographics is like 80% African American. 80% African American. 20%, the rest is 20% is Hispanic. Strong, like 90%. I'm gonna make a left turn here. 90% Democrat, 10% Republican. That's the political, and that's the demographics. So why has there been an uptick in gun violence and shootings? Well, because historically, Miami Gardens, which used to be formerly an unincorporated area, Carroll City, Norland, it's always been violent. It's always been crime-ridden. That's just a fact. It's got a history of that, and it's still happening. Never mind the fact that in urban areas, which are dominated by African Americans and Black Americans, Black people, there are more shootings, Black on Black crime. Oh, did I say something racist? No, it's not racist. It's a fact. Because a lot of these, there's a lot of fatherless homes. A lot of these kids that are doing these shootings in the Black community don't have fathers at all. They're brought up by single moms. That's a fact. And that contributes to this gun violence. That's a fact. There's a lot of Black on Black violence going on. So Miami Gardens has experienced, like I mentioned, an uptick in gun violence. So we're just driving around. So I'm going to ask you, the viewers, I'm going to ask you, we're driving around Miami Gardens. What other areas of South Florida would you like me to visit? Drop your comment below the screen. And also, by the way, follow Alexander News Show. All the information is below the screen. Follow Alexander News Show on all the platforms. Podcast is mainly Spotify and Iheart Podcast Network. The other social media platforms is TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. There's a new one that I'm in now. It's called Newsbreak. That's a good one. So now, listen, we're going into Northwest 7th Avenue. I'm going to make a right turn here. Actually, I actually want to see if I can go. I'm going to go in here in the shopping center here. So this is 7th Avenue. And I believe that this is Miami Gardens Drive. I think it is. Yeah, Miami Gardens Drive, 7th Avenue. So yeah, all the information is below the screen. Below the screen. I'm gonna go right into the shopping center. So hey, at the very least, at least you get to see Miami Gardens. What it's like. What it looks like. It's south of Miramar as well. Miramar is north of Miami Gardens. South is Opalaca. So all the platforms, all the social media platforms, everything you want to follow is below the screen if you want to follow Alexander News Show. And it's a shopping center, as you can see. So any suggestions? You want me to go to Florida City? I can go to Florida City. If you want me to go into, I'm just going to go straight. I'll just go straight. If you see me blinking the lights. If you want me to go to Pompano Beach, we can go there too. We will be going there. Belle Glade, that's in the future as well. That's in Palm Beach. And as I continue to grow and grow, we'll expand it. And eventually it won't be called Crime Check from South Florida. It'll just be Crime Check with Alexander News Show Live, because I'll be going to other cities. That's in the future. It's not going to be now, but that's my goal. My objective is to bring you the best content possible. Of course, there's other people out there that are better than me, and that's perfectly fine. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I mean, look, there's no crime going on. I haven't even seen one single squad car from Miami Gardens. Yeah, it's like, if nothing happens tonight, that's a good thing, because that means nobody got shot, nobody got killed, nobody got hurt, nobody got injured. And that's a good thing. You'll get to see a little bit of what Miami Gardens is like. At least you get to see that. No, I don't have the radio with me tonight. Last time you heard like a little radio. I don't have that with me tonight. I wasn't able to bring it with me. So I have to just literally just drive around and see if there's anything going on in Miami Gardens. So I've been driving from, pretty much everywhere, like straight across. I'm going to see if I go over here on 2nd Avenue, and I'm going to make a left turn. I've been pretty much just driving, going and seeing if there's anything going on. So in the past month, these shootings, what has caused these shootings? Well, I already gave you a reason. There's a lot of black on black crime. A lot of individuals in the black community just kill each other. They kill each other. It's crazy. It's so sad. And yeah, it's real sad. And a lot of these kids, they have no fathers. Nothing. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And the father is not around. It's the single mother, and that is it. It's so sad. And so we are on 2nd Avenue going north. Okay, right here. Boom. We have some squad cars here, so let's see. I told you there'd be something going on. So it looks like let me see. It's Taco Bell. Oof, okay. Got, looks like they got I'll try to drive. Well, it looks like they stopped somebody. All right, so I'm gonna pull over here. So guess what? I got something good for you guys. And I will I'll get off the car, and I won't. Now, just a little heads up, because that's important. I can't get too close to the police because that would be impeding their investigation. So there's a distance that I have to keep away from the cops. Because even though I'm a journalist, and I cannot impose myself, and you'll see the cops right over here now, right over here. I cannot get too close to them. I have to like stay a certain distance away from them. But I'm gonna find out what's going on here. We are on, man, I forgot what street. We're on 2nd Avenue. I'll tell you right now. So it looks like it could be two things when I see here. The individual that got pulled over probably could be drugs. There could be the individual there's probably, if they're looking at the car completely inside, could be that there's drugs. They suspect, the cops suspect that there's drugs, weapons, or it's stolen. All right. Expect the police to be rude. They don't take too kind to journalists. Expect for the police to be unfriendly. But guess what? I don't give a shit. It's my constitutional right to film them, but I do have to respect them. I have to keep a safe distance, all right? That's the thing that I need you to understand. So, okay, let's get off real quick and so this is Crime Check live from South Florida, USA with Alexander Carlos. I don't, what's the safe distance? The safe distance is pretty much right about here. I can't get too close to the police because they're doing an investigation, and I respect them for that. That's perfectly fine. So this is City of Miami Gardens Police. We are on 89th Street, 2nd Avenue. Northwest 89th Street, 2nd Avenue. You got a dealership across the street. This car right here got pulled over. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. The camera. There you go. You got a Taco Bell. Pulled over, more than likely. It could be a stolen car. It could be they pulled the individual over, and he's probably one of those squad cars. More than likely. So probably got arrested for the stolen car, for weapons in the car, for drugs in the car. So this is what Miami Gardens is become, and it's always historically always been a crime-ridden city. I would say Miami Gardens, even though it's been a lot of improvements, is still one of the most dangerous cities in all of South Florida. It still is. When you think about it, it is still one of the most dangerous cities. I'm going to see if I can get one of the cops to tell me. I'm going to ask him what happened. Let me see. I don't think they don't have to tell me. They don't have to tell me. But yeah, I got to keep a distance, guys. I have to keep a distance. Have you noticed I'm right across the street? You see where I'm pointing? I'm right across the street. So, more than likely, could be drugs, could be guns, weapons, a stolen car. This is Alexander News Show with Iheart Podcast Network. The subject is probably in one of those squad cars right now. Let me see, guys, if I can get one of the officers to tell me the person that was driving that car, why was it stopped? What were they looking for? That's why, that's my job. I got to try to get you that information. So let me see if I could get you that information. Yeah, Miami Gardens is, like I said, like, hey, the stadium, they improved it. The Dolphins owner, Ross, a lot of money has been poured in, but still, it's still a dangerous city. Even though it's been a lot of improvements. The city has gotten a lot better. Newer buildings, a lot more businesses. It's still dangerous. Shootings have ticked up. Rodney Harris, I don't know if Rodney Harris is his fault, if it's his fault. I don't really follow Miami Gardens that much. Except that I know Oliver Gilbert's the commissioner. He used to be a good mayor. He was a good mayor of the city. Good mayor of the city. I'll tell you this much. When you have an uptick in crime in the city of Miami Gardens, and you have homicides that have risen, shootings, that looks bad for Rodney Harris. That looks bad on him. It looks really bad on Rodney Harris. And the entire council. But I don't know if the officer will give me a comment. I can try to ask him. They don't have to talk to me. But as I mentioned to you before, I can't go just walk up there and be like, hey, officer, what the hell happened? They'll like, no, I got to keep a distance. I have to keep a distance, guys. Hold on, let me set this up real quick. And it's not like I'm going to be here forever, because I can't be here forever. I do want to drive around and see if there's more crime going on. Let me see. So if you can understand, this is how far away I am. You see the stop sign? I'll tell you I'm about, I would say 30 feet away. 25, 30 feet away. I would like to ask the officers. I'm trying to get, ladies and gentlemen, just be patient with me. I'm trying to see if I can get the officer to comment. I'm trying to see if the officer will move. Let me see. Let me go over here. They have 3 squad cars. 3 squad cars. Why did they pull this car over? Why were they searching this car? Is it because of drugs? Guns? Inquiring minds would like to know. Alexander News Show would like to know. I can always get public records, but that's a totally different thing I would have to do and look into, and I can get the information for you guys. I can pretty much just tell you, based on what I'm telling you, it could either be a stolen car, B, drugs, C, guns, One of those. That's it. We'll just wait and see real quick. I'll try to ask the officer. Let me try to get you a screenshot of the officer. There you go. What he's doing, he's reading a book. Probably a book that he found in the car. Who the hell knows? So Miami Gardens is, like I said, Carroll City, New Orleans. It's interesting. Uptick in crime, gun violence, homicides. That's happened. I'm telling you, it's the last month. It's been crazy. Let me tell you, very interesting. And don't even get me started with Opa-locka. I mean, we're gonna do Opa-locka another time. Opa-locka is another city. It's another city, guys. Let me see if I can get the officer to make a comment. Why, if he cares to comment, what happened? Let me see. I'm moving around, guys. I just can't cross the street. I just have this thing. How you doing, officer? Hey, this is Alexander News Show. I'm with Iheart Podcast Network. I wanted to ask you, is it somebody stole a stolen car? Officer? Homicide, robbery? They don't want to talk to you. See, they don't talk to you. They do not talk to you. They're, how can I say? But I have to stay a certain distance, like I said. How do you just say that they're not very friendly? Cops are not very friendly. They're like, they don't want to talk. If you want to talk, you gotta request records or speak to the PIO. Let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this real quick. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Because I actually want to get public comment. I want to get a public comment. Officer, care to comment about what you found here in the car? I'm doing a live show, crime check. Is it drugs that you found in the car? Stolen car? Officer, stolen car? They don't want to talk. But yeah, you know, you gotta keep a distance. Miami Gardens cops are not very friendly people, let me tell you guys. Police officers usually aren't friendly. So this car could be, I'm gonna get going, but it could be a stolen car, drugs in the car, and they arrested him. Maybe gun, they found the gun. But they don't want to talk to me, so there you go. Even though, no, I'm recording them. Even though.
That's my son.
Oh, that's your son?
Yeah.
Why did they stop him for?
I don't know. I just told him to pick up my daughter. He said they stopped me, so I got up and go pick up my daughter at the bus stop.
Yeah.
I don't know why they stopped him.
I'm with the media, so I'm talking to them, and you know I got to keep a distance.
Yeah, that's my.
I have to keep a distance because if I go over there and I talk to them, they could get it.
Son. I told him to pick up my daughter, but she said they.
Yeah, so I have to, you know, from experience, I just got to keep a distance. But
I
you
don't
know,
if I can come close to them.
yes, you can. You're the mother. Of course you can. Let's see. This is the mother. Her son got arrested.
That's my son.
You see? That's why I already know. I have to stay behind. Maybe I can get the mom to tell me why they got her son and arrested her son. So, see. Real sad. Yeah, it's real sad. It sucks to be a mom, and for her right now, it's really, 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 really bad. It sucks right now, guys. He's in a squad car. That's what they pulled their son over. He did a crime, more than likely, and they're taking him to jail. That's it. Simple as that. Pull back here. She'll tell me. If she cares to tell me, I don't know if she'll tell me. I want to ask her. Let's see. I could request a PIO, but I don't think they provide PIOs for petty stuff. It has to be a major crime situation. Yeah, guys, I already know why he went to jail. It's probably a stolen car, drugs, guns. That's what it is. Yep. It's tough. Yeah, it sucks, man, being a mom. But this is something that is happening all the time in Miami Gardens right now, all the time. It's what's happening in Miami Gardens. Opalaka. These bad areas. She's breaking down. She's real sad. Yeah, she's crying. Yeah. It sucks, man. I'm not going to record her. I'm not going to talk to her and ask her. Because this sucks. Yeah. All right. Anyways, they're not going to talk to me. So, guys, I'm going to get going. I'll respect her because, you know what? She probably... Yeah. I pretty much told you what I think it was, guys. Could be a, what I told you, drugs, stolen car. Or maybe it was a police pursuit, but the guy decided to do a police chase. All right, let's get going, guys. So there you go. So cops are not very friendly, especially with the media. They're not very friendly. I don't, listen, I don't take it personal. I mean, they don't want to talk to me. That's fine. I mean, I can record them and cover the news without talking to them and assume theory basically assume. Well, let me see. Hold on. Let me ask her without with her being on camera. Let me ask her if she cares to elaborate. Let me ask and see if she. Ma'am, why was it that they pulled them over? Yeah. Yeah. Well, she didn't want to talk. She's distressed right now. Yeah, it sucks being a mom right now. It sucks. So I'm gonna get going. But I don't give a shit what, excuse my French, I don't give a shit what the police think, because it's my constitutional right to record. Simple as that. If they don't want to talk to me, I don't give a shit. I can record them and cover the news and do my job and stay away from them. All right, let's go. I'll tell you what, I got balls to do this shit. Not scared of them. Let's keep going. Now, if I wanted to find out what happened here, I could get public records from the city of Miami Gardens Police Department if I wanted to. And if I wanted to be an asshole and pull up a big stink, I'll have my fingers all over this entire city with the corruption that's going on in this city. Because there's plenty of it going on in the city of Miami Gardens. But I just don't have time for that. I got too many things going on right now. All right. But it sucks for the mom. I'll tell you that. Sucks for her. That her son gets arrested. God knows. More likely felony. For drugs. Or for guns. Or for God knows what. So there you go. Nothing major. But just something that occurred. Overall, though, it seems to be like a quiet night in Miami Gardens. So, guys, let me explain to you how it works in the media. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain. Thank you for tuning in. Anything you want to, if you want to follow Alexander News Show, all the information is below the screen. All the information. Thank you for supporting Alexander News Show. You, the viewer, is what makes the show. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. John Paul. Thank you for your support. Thank you for viewing the show, Alexander News Show, and following Alexander News Show. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on Facebook. All the other platforms. We are on podcast. If you don't want to see my ugly face, you don't want to see videos, you can tune into the podcast. Spotify, Iheart Podcast. We're also on Pandora. Most podcast platforms. We're going on, and most of the time was invested on that particular crime incident. We're at 44 minutes. I usually go into like an hour. Now, originally when I wanted to do this, I thought maybe I'd do 30, 40 minutes. No, this takes longer. This is more like an hour 10 minutes. So yeah, all the information, when you want to follow Alexander News Show, is below the screen. Support the show, Cash App, download the Cash App application if you don't have it. The $, Alexander News Show, all together, if you want to make a donation to the show. All that, again, everything for Alexander News Show, where you want to follow the show, is below this screen, below this video. The way it works with police, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is I can pull up to the side, park my car, and I can, record. I can ask if there's anything that's going on. But the cops, they don't have to talk to me. As a matter of fact, they're not supposed to talk to me. That's why they have PIOs. And if I want to request a PIO, I can. And that doesn't mean that they're going to provide one to me. And especially, so how close can I get? Most of the time, when it's a current investigation, like that one, I have to try to stay at least 25 to 35 feet away. I can't get any closer. If I would have done what the mom of that kid that got arrested, her son, because she said it's my son, if I would have done that, crossed the street and got it close to the police officers, they would have arrested me. And if you notice, they didn't say anything to me because they can't say anything to me. Because I'm at a safe distance recording them, talking to them. They're ignoring me. They're dick fucks, excuse my French. They're assholes, excuse my French. They don't have to talk to me. But I don't have to, at the same time, I don't have to get, I can pretty much tell you why he got pulled over. I told you already. Could be that he was driving his car and the cops wanted to pull him over and he kept driving. So it could be for resisting arrest. It could be for, what else? For maybe he stole something. Maybe it could be a robbery. And they were looking for some stuff in his car. And they probably found drugs. They probably found guns. So there you go. But they don't have to tell me. If I want to find out, I have to get public records. I can request public records. I just provide them the date, which is today, June 5th, 2024. Miami Gardens, boom, this street, boom, boom, boom. And they'll give it to me. They'll tell me, well, this is the reason. I could probably request a PIO. It doesn't mean that they're going to give it to me. And if I want to talk to them, any chance I have that I want to talk to them, I have to wait till pretty much they're ready to leave. If they're, when they're ready to leave, full-fledged, ready to leave, maybe, just maybe, they'll talk to me. But that's maybe. I mean, that's just a maybe. They don't have to talk to me. They don't have to talk to a guy like myself, member of the media. And let's be honest here, police are not very friendly. I love the police. I'm a big fan of the blue. I am. Let me lower the window here. I'm a big fan of the blue. I am. But not all cops are friendly. Not all cops are great people. As a matter of fact, those cops that you saw there, they were actually assholes, ignoring me. Even though they're not supposed to talk to me, they could have just simply said, listen, we can't talk to you. Hey, keep yourself at a safe distance. They could have told me that. I mean, let's just be honest. That's a fact. But anyway, that's how it works, guys. So look, right here. So I'm on 27th Avenue. There looks like I see some sirens, some police lights on. Let's see what this is all about. I'm going south. Again, I'm going to run into this situation because I already see 2 squad cars at least already. I see about 2 squad cars. I'm going to get off, and this one seems to be a little bit bigger. Right here. Boom. See that right here? So we got a big police presence right here. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I'm gonna pull, but guess what? I have to keep a distance. I can't get too close. I have to like be so careful. I have to be real careful. So I gotta pull over here, pull up over here. It looks like something happened here. So how do I approach this situation? There's like 5, 6 police officers. Guy like me is thick skin, has big testicles. Do I just go right in there and barge right in? No, I can't just barge right in. I gotta be careful. So we got a police presence here. This is very dark here. So this is Alexander Show. So this is 175th and Northwest 27th Avenue. So you got about 7 squad cars here. How you doing? I'm with the media. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to respect, so
It's only,
I don't want to get in.
what's a repo?
Un repossession, a stolen car? No,
it wasn't so.
I'm not gonna go all there. Don't worry. I have a thing with respecting police.
I appreciate that.
I'm not Raggo Monkey. I don't know if you know Raggo Monkey. I'm not that crazy guy.
Because of repo, that's all.
Okay.
It's not
What happened to the other incident that occurred over there? There was another incident that happened over there on 2nd Avenue.
Today?
Yeah, just now they pulled like 5 off. There were like 4 or 5 officers there. By the way, this is my badge right here.
It's I don't know about the other one. We just came over here.
Really quick, officer. With all respect, why has there been an uptick in gun violence in Miami Gardens?
I can't talk about it. It's not.
It's confidential. I understand. But thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
I will stay away. Don't worry.
I appreciate it.
So this is a repo. That's what the officer. This is by the way, Crime Check from South Florida. The name of the show. We're live. So this is Crime Check with from South Florida, USA, with Alexander Carlos. So the officer spoke to me. Nice. He didn't have to talk to me. Nice enough to talk to me. This is what it is. It's a repo. That's what it is. Apparently, for what it looks like, maybe the guy that was in this car, trying to, didn't expect to get his car repoed. He was fighting the tow truck driver, and the tow truck driver went ahead and called for police because he didn't want his car towed, and that's what it is. That's it. But the officer was nice enough to talk to me. Thank you, officer. So there you go. So there you go, guys. I mean, if for those of you that don't know, if you're gonna have your car repoed, there's a good reason why you're gonna have it repoed, because you're probably 5 months behind in your car payment. The tow truck is gonna come, pick up your car, and you're gonna fight the tow truck driver. He's gonna call the police. And there will be 5 or 6 squad cars that will come. And guess what's gonna happen? Your car is gonna get towed either way. There you go. Either way, your car is gonna get towed. Let me see. Yes, he was definitely cool. Definitely cool. He was definitely cool. He was cool. He was cool. Maybe because yo soy cubano y él es cubano también. Oh, hey, by the way, I need to talk Spanish. Este es el show, Alexander News Show. El programa, Crime Check. Chequeando el crimen. I'm going to pronounce it in Spanish. Chequeando el crimen. Crime. Del sur de la Florida, Estados Unidos. So, para que ustedes sepan que yo no solamente hablo inglés, hablo español. Yo tengo que hablar un poco más español. Thank you, John Paul, again for tuning in. So we are going to, Miami Gardens is 20 square miles, guys. So we'll do a little bit more driving. That's the second incident. It's still a pretty quiet night, let me tell you. I mean, considering it's still a quiet night. Miami Gardens probably has like 25 officers on duty, 25 to 30 officers on duty. That's pretty much, I can tell you pretty much that much on duty. So, he told me, the officer there, you see, he told me, hey, keep a distance. And I respect that. I'm not going to get too close. I'm not going to do what, and I love Raggle Monkey. I'm not going to do what he does. If he wants to get close, that's him. That's Raggle Monkey. By the way, if you want to follow his channel, all you got to do is type in Raggle Monkey. He has a very good channel. He does really good content. He does a lot of stuff with the police. Like he is. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna keep going west. I'm gonna go to 37th Avenue. There were some shootings that had occurred. We're gonna go over there. We're going through the neighborhoods. Let me tell you something. Raggle Monkey, I suggest you go in and subscribe to his channel. He is always putting the police down. He is the watcher for the police. And by the way, the officer didn't want to tell me. I asked him, why is there an uptick in crime, an uptick in crime and violence and all that? He didn't want to tell me because he said it was confidential. Now, I could tell you, I could get the public records for that. And I'll tell you something, he's not supposed to tell me. If he tells me, he could get in trouble. Because I would be stupid not to report it. And actually, I am live. But if you want to follow Raggle Monkey, he is very entertaining, and all he does is gang up on police officers, and he just he doesn't care. I mean, you know what I do? What you saw me do? No, he'll get closer to them, and he'll start harassing them, and he'll ask them, "What's your badge number? What's your name and what's your badge number?" I could have asked that officer, what is your badge number? But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not in that. I'm not in that arena. I'm not. That's not what I do, guys. I don't do that. I don't bash the police. That's not my thing. I just don't do that. That's not my thing. My niche is not that. That's Raggle Monkey's niche. And he's good at it. He's very good at it. So you want to tune into his channel, subscribe to his channel, I urge you to. Raggle Monkey's a really good guy. Raphael's a great guy. He takes it a step further. Just go and subscribe to his channel. You'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm not at that point where I can go and bash police and tell them a bunch of bad words, because then I'm going to have a bullseye on my back. I already have enough dealing with these political figures, which I'm working on a story now in the next 2 days. I'm going to work on the story on the Miami-Dade County purchasing a building that's like 50 years old, the FPL building that's in Flagler, for like $182 million plus over $50 million in renovations. Like it's crazy. It's outrageous. Yeah, but that's gonna stay tuned for that. That's a doozy. So, what can I tell you guys? Miami Gardens. I had a friend who used to tell me that that's a hot spot. It's a hot spot, and that's what Miami Gardens is. Miami Gardens is a hot spot in the sense that when you hear the word hot spot, that means it's crime-ridden. That's what it is, crime-ridden. So I'm going south on 37th Avenue, 159th Street. Still Miami Gardens. I think, actually, I'm going into Opelika. Probably gonna do another 10 more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna cut it off. We are already into like an hour already. An hour. This is Opa-locka Airport right over here. Small little commercial airport. What you see right here. So last time I did Alexander News Show, the crime check from South Florida, USA with Alexander Carlos, which is the name of the show. I did it from North Side, Northwest Central Miami-Dade. All right, so we left Miami Gardens. All right, let me see if I can go into one of the neighborhoods here. So 151st Street is where Miami Gardens starts, okay? 151st Street. So I'm gonna make a left turn on 151st. This is Miami-Dade Commissioner Oliver Gilbert's district. He used to be the mayor of Miami Gardens. And now it's Rodney Harris. But I'm gonna tell you something. And I will tell you this. All this crime that's been going on in Miami Gardens, it's bad. It reflects really bad on Rodney Harris. It really reflects bad on him because at the end of the day, he's the mayor. And even if he's a strong mayor, it's worse for him. If he's just a regular mayor, well, he appointed a city manager, then it reflects on the city manager because the city manager or a strong mayor is the one that hires a police chief. Okay? The police chief is hired by either A, the mayor, which would then be the strong mayor, and if the strong mayor doesn't exist in that city, if they don't have a strong mayor form of government, then guess what? They have a city manager who appoints the, a lot of times, you know, I'm going to go straight. I'm sorry. Let me go straight. So we're in the border between Opa-locka, Miami Gardens. The city, the mayor appoints, the city manager appoints the police chief. And it's approved by the city commission, city council. And when you have an uptick in crime like what's going on right now, this reflects bad on the police chief of Miami Gardens, but it also reflects bad on the mayor, on pretty much the entire government, the political figures that run that town, this town, Miami Gardens. Let's be honest here. That's just the way it is. I don't care. I'm telling you, that's how it works. The police chief is in the hot seat. And you know, it's terrible that Rodney Harris came out a few days ago, about a week ago, in a press conference and said, no, there's no crime going on. I mean, this was him. There's no crime going on in Miami Gardens. No. It's yeah, well, no. There's no gun violence. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. No, man, not everything's okay. You've had some homicides that have occurred in your town. Okay? No, not everything's okay. Okay? Mr. Rodney Harris? No, not everything's okay. When you got murders, homicides that have occurred in the last month, 4 or 5 homicides, 9, 10 shootings that have occurred, gun violence, an uptick in it, no, it's not okay. There's something going on. It has to be fixed. No. So I'm pretty much just driving around Miami Gardens. I'm right now on 22nd Avenue. So this is bad on the police chief, on the mayor, and the town, the city commission. Pretty much. And the city manager. Everybody that, if they have a city manager. I don't know if Miami Gardens has a strong mayor form of government or a city manager form of government. But it's bad on pretty much on them. You probably have to hire more, you know, hey, listen, probably allocate more police officers for the area. You might have to allocate more police officers for certain times of the day throughout, you know, maybe at night, maybe, I don't know, or a particular area which is, you know, has been having more gun violence. You might have to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you Hard Rock Stadium. I'll go drive all the way to Hard Rock Stadium, show you a little bit what it looks like, guys, where the Dolphins play, and then we'll start driving back, and I'll end the show. That's what I'll do. It looks like tonight is kind of like dead. What you saw is what you saw. That's it. This is Crime Check from South Florida, USA, with Alexander News Show live. And I appreciate your support. You, the viewer, is what makes Alexander News Show what it is. Without you, Alexander News Show does not exist. You, the subscriber. And by the way, you subscribe to the Alexander News Show, hit the bell for notifications. Every time I come live or I post a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button. Also, watch time. You know what you could also do? Just leave the video playing. You don't have to watch it. Just leave it playing and let it just run. Watch time. Just let the video run. This live video, go ahead and just leave it there and let it play without even you watching it. That's a big deal because YouTube, when you do that and you like the videos, every one of my videos, even shorts, YouTube is gonna put my channel and promote my channel even more. Alexander News Show. How you like them apples? So we're on 22nd Avenue going north. Please tell me where you want me to record the next Crime Check. I have a pretty good idea of where I might want to record the next Crime Check live. I have a pretty good idea, guys. I have a pretty good idea of where I'm gonna be going live from. Next week for sure. Next week. I wanted to do Alexander News Show. The Crime Check from South Florida with Alexander News Show live. South Florida, USA, of course. Oh, here you go. How about that? You want to see something interesting? Oh, I'm going to show you. You're going to love this. I'm going to get off here real quick. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. This is, you're going to love this. I'm going to do this real quick here. Watch. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what Rodney Harris looks like. Your mayor who's running for re-election. He's running for re-election. And you know what? The people of Miami Gardens are stupid. And they'll vote for him again. Even though Rodney Harris sucks ass as the mayor of Miami Gardens. So I'm going to show you his little sign. How you doing, man?
What's up?
Good. I'm going to show you the little sign of Rodney Harris. I'll show you the little sign. Mr. Smiley Pants right here. You see Rodney Harris right here? Guess what? Here you go. Mr. Rodney Harris. That's what he looks like. He's smiling and everything. He's funded by the developers. Developers are paying him. And now he has to fulfill their needs. And that's the man that is the mayor of this town, Miami Gardens. Mr. Rodney Harris, right here. Mr. Smiley, right here. You see that? See Mr. Smiley? Re-elect Rodney Harris. Re-elect him. Miami Gardens has had an uptick in crime, gun violence. Hey, what do you think about that? You know about that, right, sir?
Yeah.
Do you have any reason, you're not on camera, we're live, but do you have any reason why you think there's an uptick in gun violence and crime?
Because the police not doing their job.
Police are not doing their job. Did you hear that? Can you say that loud? You're not on camera.
Police are not saying they're doing their job.
They're not doing their job.
Right.
And-
They just go to the immediate problem, and that's it. Then the investigators, they ain't doing anything.
That's the mayor right there. He's gonna get reelected. That's your mayor right there. He appointed the city manager with the council, and the city manager hired the police chief. The police chief.
Isn't that mostly how it goes anyway?
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Have a good one, sir.
All right, man.
So there you go. And he's a citizen. There you go. Right there. Anyways. Oh, look. Check this out. This is the street right here. Let me wait till the cars pass. I mean, I can get in. The police are not doing their job. And that guy is one of those, he's probably like he looks homeless. But the homeless guy, believe it or not, knows. The homeless guy knows. The homeless guy knows. He's like, the police are not doing their job. Damn. And he's, imagínate tú. So, bueno, este es el show de Alexander News Show. Estoy en Miami, la ciudad de Miami Gardens, norte de la ciudad de Opa-locka, sur de Miami. I'm going to say this, guys, real quick in Spanish. ¿Y por qué yo estoy haciendo el programa este en la ciudad de Miami Gardens? Porque de hace ya un mes, thank you, Joe Smith, for coming on. Ya de hace un mes ha habido tiroteos y personas que han morido de tiroteos en la ciudad de Miami Gardens. Y eso es de hace un mes. Hace como un mes ha habido más tiroteo. Muchachitos jóvenes con pistolas matando otros muchachitos. Muchachos matando muchachos. Jovencitos matando jovencitos. Eso está pasando y más crimen violento, violent crime, más violencia en la ciudad de Miami Gardens, más violencia. So I'm going east, estoy yendo oeste, estoy en la 183, voy a tener que doblar porque ya cuando ya yo estoy siguiendo, quiere decir que yo no me quiero salir de la ciudad de Miami Gardens, yo estoy en la 12 Avenida del Noroeste. Entonces, mataron a un entrenador de fútbol americano, a football coach. The football coach is the quarterback's coach. Este entrenador era el coach fútbol americano de la posición quarterback hace como una semana, hace unos días. Y él era el coach de una escuela high school que se llamaba Norland High School. Se llamaba la escuela. Fue Norland High School. Esta es la cita de avenidas. Voy a doblar aquí y voy a ver si puedo ir para atrás para oeste. Entonces, pero lo mataron, pero no en Miami Gardens, lo mataron en Opa-locka. Pero igual, Norland está en Miami Gardens. Y Opa-locka es al lado de Miami Gardens, la ciudad de Miami Gardens. Opa-locka es otro lugar marísimo con crimen. Yo voy a hacer un programa de vivo de Crime Check from South Florida, USA, de sur de la Florida, USA, de Estados Unidos, con Alexander Carlos, que soy yo. En otro programa lo voy a hacer Opa-locka. Inclusive, Opa-locka es tan malo como que es Miami Gardens. Y te voy a decir, Miami Gardens ha mejorado. Antes Miami Gardens no era una ciudad. Miami Gardens era parte del condado Miami-Dade, controlado por Miami-Dade. Y las áreas que era Miami Gardens, como se conoce Miami Gardens, es Carol City y Norland. Eso es lo que es. Y todavía es. Tú puedes llamar Carol City, puede ser Norland, pero ahora es Miami Gardens, que es una ciudad. Y el alcalde es, que tuviste la foto, Rodney Harris. Thank you, Mr. or thank you, Josine Pica. Thank you. Thank you, Joe Smith. Gracias, Josephine y Joe. Te voy a enseñar el estadio de los Marlins. So, el alcalde Rodney Harris, tuviste la foto. El alcalde anterior de Rodney era Oliver Gilbert, que es ahora el comisionado de Miami-Dade. De esta área. Él es el comisionado de esta área. Oliver Gilbert. Él es el alcalde antes. Y él era un buen alcalde. Él sí era un buen alcalde. Y ahora es el commissioner, el comisionado. Y bueno, ¿qué te puedo decir? Con estos crímenes que han pasado, violentos, esto refleja malo al alcalde de Miami Gardens. Dominican Republic. Oh, sí. Que viva la República Dominicana. Que viva. Muchas gracias. Estamos en vivo de Miami Gardens, la ciudad de Miami Gardens, de Estados Unidos, Miami-Dade County, en la Florida. Hoy es el 5 de junio 2024. Son casi, ya son las 11:03. Vamos a terminar ya dentro de poco. Entonces, esto refleja todo este crimen violento que ha pasado, refleja malo al alcalde que está corriendo para la alcaldía otra vez, y los estúpidos van a votar por él otra vez. Y él tiene mucho dinero porque los que fabrican apartamentos le dan dinero, lo apoyan a él. So, él va a ganar, obviamente, y la comisión de Miami Gardens. Y entonces, si es un alcalde con fuerza, que se llama Strong Mayor, un tipo de gobierno Strong Mayor, déjame doblar aquí, el Strong Mayor, el alcalde fuerte, se llama así. El alcalde fuerte es el que pone, el que escoge el policía, el jefe de policía de Miami Gardens. Así como es la cosa. ¿Ok? Entonces, si es el manager de la ciudad, el city manager, porque hay dos tipos de gobierno de la ciudad. En inglés se dice strong mayor form of government o city manager form of government. So es una de las dos cosas. Entonces, si es el city manager, el manager de la ciudad, bueno, igual el alcalde es el que coge el city manager, el manager, y entonces el manager lo prueban. By the way, this is the police department and this is City Hall right here to the right. Este es el City Hall, el gobierno de la Miami Gardens, y entonces, para explicarte, estamos cerca del estadio de los Marlins, que es aquí. Ve donde estoy apuntando con el dedo. Entonces, si es city manager, el alcalde lo cogió y entonces la comisión lo prueba. Ellos son los que prueban el city manager. Fue cogido y dirigido por el alcalde, pero el alcalde no es que lo pone, tiene que ser aprobado por la comisión. Si es un city manager form of government, es así. Tú sabes, si no, si es un strong mayor, un alcalde fuerte, él no tiene city manager. Él es el city manager. Igual, escogieron un mal policía, jefe de policía o jefa de policía, y esto es mal para el jefe de policía porque hay mucho crimen, demasiado crimen, y es malo para el alcalde y para la comisión. Pero la gente son estúpidas, y igual escogen. Vamos a entrar aquí al Walmart. Igual ellos cogen, lo deciden otra vez, votan por ellos otra vez y hacen. Y tú sabes, hay un dicho, mira, como se dice, si tú votas mal, vas a coger el gobierno mal. vas a coger servicios malos. Así como es. That's it. Y tú escuchaste el señor. Quizás él es homeless. Lo más probable que sea que él es homeless. Estoy aquí en Walmart. Aquí está Walmart. ¿Ok? Estamos manejando para que conozcan un poco Miami Gardens. Cómo es de noche. Si coges tú y tú votas por políticos malos, vas a recibir servicios malos. Y vas a recibir, para que sepa, cosas malas. No vas a vivir en una ciudad buena. Si tú coges los malos políticos, ¿ok? Tú coges por lo que tú votas. Ya, así como tiene que ser. Ya. Si votas por algo mal, vas a coger basura. ¿Ok? Entonces así. Ahora, Miami Gardens ha mejorado mucho. Eso sí, ha mejorado mucho y eso es gracias en parte por el estadio que te voy a enseñar ahora y los Dolphins de fútbol americano. Porque ellos dan mucho dinero a la ciudad de Miami Gardens. Demasiado dinero. Ok, so Miami Gardens, si no era por los Dolphins, ok, Miami Gardens fuera mucho peor. Pero claro, ha mejorado mucho. Ha mejorado mucho los Miami Gardens, pero todavía es una ciudad muy violenta. Muy violenta. Olvídate de eso. Miami Gardens todavía es violento. Mira, voy a parquear. Déjame ver si puedo manejar aquí. Te voy a enseñar el estadio, como para que lo vean. Déjame ver si lo puedo enseñar para que tengan una idea cómo luce el estadio. Entonces, los Dolphins, el dueño que se llama Mr. Ross, él da millones de dólares en taxes y da muchas donaciones al gobierno de Miami Gardens. Exacto, Mr. John Paul. Exacto, bien dicho. Mira, te voy a enseñar el estadio de los Marlins. De los Dolphins. Este es Hard Rock Stadium. De Hard Rock Stadium. Esto que tú ves aquí, con el dedo que yo estoy apuntando, es el estadio. Y eso es lo que produce el dinero para la ciudad de Miami Gardens. Y Miami Gardens ha mejorado, pero el hecho de que ha mejorado no quiere decir que no sigue siendo una ciudad violenta. Sí es una ciudad violenta. Y una de las cosas que tiene Miami Gardens, que tiene este estadio, es que ellos tienen una vez al año un evento que se llama bueno, te voy a poner aquí el Formula One Race. Es una carrera que es mundial, se llama Formula One. Ellos tienen eso, tienen un torneo de tenis, uno de los más grandes del mundial. También tienen eso. Miami Gardens. Entonces, bueno. Entonces la carta es Ronnie Harris. Y bueno, ya. Si tú quieres seguir a Alexander News Show, todas las plataformas, la información está abajo de esta pantalla. ¿Ok? Y si quieres hacer una donación, es Cash App con el moniquito de dinero, $, Alexander News Show. Y gracias a ustedes por tu apoyo. Entonces, bueno, ya. Hablé el español. Ahora vamos a hablar en inglés. You get the government you deserve. You vote for shit politicians, you're going to get a shit government. And I agree with Mr. John Paul. Thank you for all of you for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. We're about to wrap this thing up. Next week we'll be live again. More than likely it's going to be on Tuesdays. The reason I came a day later today was because, you know, sometimes I have a lot of things that I do, guys, because I'm the only one that does Alexander's show. I don't have staff. I am the staff. That's just it. I am the staff. That's it. It's me that runs this operation. That's it. It's a lot of work. It's It's a lot of sacrifice. Because aside from me doing this, I have another business that I do, another job, and it entails me being a therapist. And just for the record, my number one priority is not doing Alexander News Show. It is not. I love doing this. This is part of my business, but my number one priority is working as a therapist, my other business. That's my number one priority. Make no mistake about that. This is number two. I love this, and this is very important to me, and it's the number two most important thing of my business. But number one is therapy. What I do for the special needs, that's extremely important. I want to make that very clear. So there's times that I cannot do a show at a particular time or date, but this show will be something that will be permanent. Thank you. It will be a permanent thing. It will be permanent. And I will be going live maybe next week. I'm looking at Opelika, probably Opelika. I'm thinking about doing Opelika now. There's also the city of Miami. And in the city of Miami in itself, which is 55 square miles, it's gonna be more crime. I guarantee you will find more shit going on there. Because Little Havana is very interesting. And Liberty City as well. Model City. That's in the city of Miami. And that'll be coming up very soon. But I can't be everywhere at once, and I can't do different areas in one shot. So I figure, let's do Miami Gardens. Let's talk about why there's been violent crime. And I'm going to say it real quick in Spanish. La razón por qué ha habido mucho tiroteos. Y bueno, I'm going to say it real quick. I also forgot to say that there's also gangs in Miami Gardens. Gangs that are contributing to the gun violence, to the violent crime as well. Forgot to mention that. That came out in the news. Thank you, Mr. John Paul. And also, so that's number one. That's very important. So in Spanish, la razón porque ha habido muchos tiroteos por la bandillas o bandilleros que están en Miami Gardens. Los gangueros. Y también muchos de estos muchachitos matan otros jovencitos. Y muchos de estos muchachitos no tienen padres, no tienen papás. Le falta el papá. Eso, como le falta el papá, crecen sin el papá. No tienen a nadie no tienen la figura del hombre en la casa. So, ¿qué sucede? No tienen la figura, la presencia de un hombre, y eso afecta al muchachito. Que vaya así, coger y matar y coger una vida de crimen. Y es una cosa que es así, es muy triste. Es muy triste. Es una tristeza. So Miami Gardens es 90% africano, americano, ok, urbano, creo que lo estoy diciendo bien, urban, urbano, 90% de la gente es africano, 10% es latino, más o menos, o puede ser que sea 80% y 20% latino, blanco. Y la mayoría de la gente que vive en Miami Gardens son demócratas, ¿ok? Solamente para que tengan una idea, son demócratas. Yo creo que es 90% demócrata, 10% republicano, más o menos. Miami Gardens es de la parte west, como empieza como en la 47 Avenida, east, la I-95, sur, como en la 151, una calle, norte hasta el Miramar. Cuando ya vas a entrar a Miramar, que es como la 215 calle. Y bueno, eso es lo que pasa. Ganguero, el muchachito. Tú sabes, mira, y no es nada racista que voy a decir. Muchos negros se están matando Ellos se matan entre ellos mismos. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you again. 1000% facts. That's true. Los negros, muchachitos, se matan otros negros. Se llama crimen negro a negro. Y no es racista lo que estoy diciendo, es la verdad. Se llama black on black crime. Young black kids killing other young black kids. Es una tristeza. ¿Y a quién tiene la culpa? Bueno, no, imagínate los padres. No hay papá, no hay presencia de papá, nada. Y también el gobierno tiene muchas culpas también atrás de eso, también. Tiene una parte. The government has a big, they're at fault too. They're at fault too. There's, I can get into it big time. But, hey, look, you know what? We're not tonight. That's a conversation for another day. Eso es una conversación para otro día. So there you go. So I like to throw in some Spanish, guys. All right, so I'm gonna make a left turn here. Let me see if I can. So I'm pretty much outside the city of Miami Gardens. I'm on 47th Avenue, going back. I'm on 199th Street and 47th Avenue. So I want to do on these shows bilingual. I want to do more Spanish. I cannot just focus on the American audience, on the English audience. I also have to focus on the Hispanic audience, and that's my goal. And my idea of the Alexander News Show is for it to be basically bilingual. So I'm gonna be if you notice in the community post, every few days I'll put an article in Spanish of something that happened in Spanish. And I had to speak some Spanish here now, and I'm gonna keep doing that, and I'm gonna put more Spanish videos as well, because I need to also cater to the Spanish audience, not just the English audience. Even though it's obvious that English is my first language, it's the first audience I cater to, but Spanish has to be the next audience. So, yo voy a hablar también en español, y voy a poner más videos en español. Yo tengo un segmento de los videos que está videos en español, tú lo puedes buscar. I have a segment. And you look it up, it's a section, una sección para español, video de español. I have a section for Spanish videos. So, in wrapping this up, you saw the two incidents that occurred tonight. And I'll say this in Spanish real quick as well, guys. The first one was, there were like 4 officers, 4 squad cars. They pulled over a subject, and they arrested him, probably for robbery or drugs. Yeah. And there you go. We're not in Miami Gardens anymore. We're in unincorporated Miami-Dade County. We're south of Miramar, just to let you know. And the second one was a repo. That's what the officer said. Now, he could be lying. There's one thing I want to tell you guys. Officers, sometimes they like to lie. Well, actually, no. A lot of times they like to lie. So, el primer incidente que pasó fue que cogieron un hombre, lo pararon, lo más probable que tenía drogas en el carro, y lo arrestaron. Y viste a la mamá llorando, qué tristeza, ¿verdad? Esa señora, ¿tú sabes quién son los que sufren? La mamá. Porque tú sabes una cosa, a veces los padres crían los niños, los hijos muy bien y todo, y la comunidad destruye al niño, la influencia del elemento malo, y eso es una cosa que es verdad. Y bueno, el primer incidente fue ese. Lo pararon la policía, hubo como 4 policías y lo pusieron atrás del carro y lo cogieron por droga. No va a poner que tenía droga en el carro o robó el carro, o el policía le dijo para y no quería parar y una de esas cosas, o algo, o robó y lo cogieron por eso, hizo algo. El segundo fue un carro que reposesaron. Eso es lo que dijo el policía. Pero ¿cómo es posible que sea eso? Si te pones a pensar y hay como 8 carros de policía. Entonces no creo que sea eso. Puede ser que sea que fue un carro robado. Yo no soy un estúpido. Por favor. 8 carros de policía y fue por una reposición. No. Pues, si es una reposición, entonces el tipo que le querían llevar el carro se puso violento contra el gruero. Y por eso llamaron 8 policías. 8 policías fue porque puede ser eso. Perdóname mi español a veces es un poco malo. So, I wanted to mention really quick before we sign off. A lot of times you, the parent, thank you very much. Exactly. Josine, Pica, absolutely. I agree with you. And I mentioned that in Spanish, and I'll say it again. A lot of times you raise your kids to be perfect role models for society, perfect citizens. And the work you do as a parent gets ruined by society. That influence. It's just so sad. It is so sad. You, the parent, does a great job, and then the society destroys your child, and that happens also. That's another reason why, as well, why the child could go to jail. Because you know what? There are a lot of good parents out there that do a great job of raising their kids. Even single moms do a great job of raising their kids. And somebody comes and it just takes that one person, that bad friend, that goes and brainwashes the child, and the child just decides to do bad stuff. Y a veces, ¿sabes? Hay muchos padres buenos, muchos buenos padres. Y hay madres que hacen tremendo trabajo, solteras. Y hay padres que están juntos y crean los niños, y de repente, ¡boom!, viene otra persona que se hace amigo de tu hijo o tu hija y destruyen, le lavan la cabeza, y tu hijo se convierte en un criminal. They convert your child into a criminal. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, and I'm going to put this also in my writing in the bottom. I'm actually going to put it in the bottom text. I didn't put it, but I'm going to mention this now, if I didn't mention it in the last show. All the subjects that you see getting arrested are innocent or they're proven guilty. All right? I just want to mention that. Todas las personas que tú ven que están atrás de un carro de policía, que van a la cárcel, son inocentes hasta que lo prueben culpable. All right? I just want to mention that. Quería decir eso. So, you're innocent till you're proven guilty. Ustedes son inocentes hasta que te encuentran culpable. So I want to sign off. I thank you all very much for watching. This from Miami Gardens, Florida. This is Crime Check from South Florida, USA, with Alexander Carlos Live. Gracias por mirar Crime Check del sur de la Florida, Estados Unidos, en vivo con Alexander Carlos desde Miami Gardens. Si perdiste el programa, puedes lanzar para atrás y ver todo lo que yo grabé. Esto es en vivo. No hay filtro. No hay manera de poner palabras. Esto es en filtro, esto sin escribir, esto es en vivo. Va a haber muchos horrores. Yo voy a hacer horrores. Okay? There's no filter, guys. This is uncut. So, gracias por mirar. Thank you for watching. I will be doing updates on this show in the coming days and making it better. And yeah, I thank you for watching. You all are the viewer, are the ones that make this what it is. You make this what it is. Thank you. Gracias por mirar. Thank you for watching. Thank you all of you for listening, for watching. Have a great one. Gracias.